It seems that I've just sat here for about 20 minutes, thought a video was going up and it didn't. So I'm going to try this again. Um, I'm Margaret Ann Windsor. Excuse me, I'm going to try to make sure this is going up. I'm Margaret Ann Windsor. My father's Edward VIII, who was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe from Madison, Wisconsin, and she was Queen of England, married in the church, and they took my father down with character assassination. I'm talking about Winston Churchill, President Roosevelt appointed JFK's father ambassador in 36 when my father took office as king. And my father wouldn't go along with the Illuminati, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, the Kennedys, etc., and my own Uncle George, the illegal six. He has always stated he reluctantly became, he sold his brother out. He helped kidnap me. That bunch, I'm talking about him and his daughter Elizabeth and that bunch of Charles and the William and Harry. I don't know about Harry. Are war criminals. And no, they did not help you. They sold you out. Great Britain, UK. So anyway, let me get back to this. Maybe I get it up. I started before I found out about my kidnapping. God knows I don't know who can hear me around here. Nobody likes to hear the truth. Or anyway, I'm going to try to do this. The Testla files. When I was doing the book, I'd worked for doctors, and I found out they'd put a chip in a heart bypass of a man who was president of Dixon Produce in Powers Ferry Landing off Delk Road in Marietta, Georgia. They were a huge, it sounds like, well, produce. No, they were huge at the time. Oh, it's odd that I was doing the book while I worked for this group of doctors. One was cardiovascular, and quite frankly, I like them. They gave me a letter of reference when I left, a good one. They let me use their Xerox machine to Xerox my book as I tried to write it. And I'll just leave it there. I lived at Moonraker. Larry Flint was shot by a program shooter in Lawrenceville, Georgia. I'm going to skip. They tried to kill me. I mean, there's been more than one and almost succeeded, but April Fool Day of 80. Letter from the FBI, June the 23rd, 1979. June the 23rd is the day my father's birthday, Edward VIII, a good man. And you better believe I don't like the lies that still exist. I don't like the pain and suffering the O'Keefes have suffered. Look up the O'Keefes. All right, from Madison, Wisconsin. They moved to Williamsburg. George O'Keefe. I can't say my mom because they've whisked her out of history when they had this much power to do this. Okay, back to the Testla files. This is all I have. I was looking and I've lost the other. Um, says the FBI and the Testla papers, 1940 what? 3 to 56. So much happened after they took down my father was taken down. Oh, and his brother who works for the Illuminati, the Rothschilds and all them, your global government. That's when he signed, the illegal treaties were signed, and all this came to be that brought about the UN, the United Nations in New York. That's your front for your global government. They are your Illuminati, Freemasons, excuse me. Okay, there's when I was out at Flint's, let me see if I can read some of this. I've lost it. Conspiracy was massive, extremely. Okay, talking about Wright Patterson Air Force Psychotronic Society. That's what I started to put up. Jack Hartsfield, a reporter, FBI. He was uncle, I believe. I know he was to Hank Hartsfield, the astronaut, couple of commander of the couple of shuttles. I'm trying to get this all on. influence of the McCarthy period. When I was out at Flint's during that couple of days in the campaign in '83, they mentioned some of this. We're talking about it. You got Star Wars and things that people, you really need to, I hope, somebody, well, I don't know, maybe if somebody had a long time ago, excuse me, things wouldn't have, I don't know. Trail of Secret Papers they've got here. By the way, O'Neill, Tip O'Neill was not, God, it says such as Tesla's 1899. I can't read it. I lost the rest of it. I'll tell you this, they didn't invite me, Tip O'Neill. He wasn't the good one. When I fell down in Congress, taking in the halls, I was so hungry and had my book with me and a letter from the FBI and fell down. It's so hideous. I was told not to go to him. They come up to me and said, don't go in his office. Trail of Secret Papers. All I can see down here is the rest is gone. That he had only known Testla during his skinny, tall, stooped, emancipated Jack something Lawrence, author of 1940 New York Post, sparks his interest by the FBI. And over here, it talks about what Jack actually sent me a letter, and I put it up here many times. Tesla's numerous inventions would appear in a variety of ways of military purposes. For example, partial beam weapons, worldwide radar, earthquake contrivances, brainwave manipulation. One or more magnifying transmitters could supposedly send destructive impulses through the earth at any location. So I could go on and on. The seismic weather, the mind control, etc. Now I want to get back to this. By the way, I'm going to put this up. This was a great man. This is Sir Terry Waite. He spent 5 years in a dark under a house, couldn't see the sunshine. And you know who put a chip in him? God help me to find the name here. I blanked his name out. It was the hearings that were the 25th, the hearings in Washington. I'll get his name in a minute. And the British Church envoy. Anyway, he was the one that put the chip in him. I swear I had his name here a while ago. He was chipped and placed in his arm by American. That's how they located him and held hostage. Who in the heck? Oh, I can't believe. Oliver North. Okay? The hearings, and they shut down when I was up there. I'm not kidding you, for some reason, and they never gave that. That was in, I went to the embassy in '87, July the 25th. Okay, I put this up, and showed my dad, and this is a photo of, at least this is going up as far as I know. I think, anyway, that's George, the illegal six, Elizabeth's father, who sold out to the Illuminati and helped take his brother down, and me, he helped kidnap. This is the year I was born in '39. And I'm just going to show this because it's Timothy McVeigh, who was put to death for the Oklahoma City bombing. And he says, he always stated that the U.S. military put a chip up his buttocks. Well, the other place is to put it up in your root canal. Anyway, now, what did I want to get? This is the Trail of Secrets. That's the stealing the, excuse me. I guess that's all I was going to put up there. Let me do this. Okay, what I wanted people, if they will, I ran across this morning, quite frankly, because I wanted to make sure I was correct when I said that Donald Trump's uncle was part of stealing the Tesla files and 1930, I believe it was. And here is the first thing I came up to when I Googled or YouTubed it to find out what videos were out there. Plenty. First one I came to was that Donald Trump's uncle took the files from Nikola Tesla in New York, and his name was Professor John G. Trump, MIT grad. And there's a lot of things you'll tune out, and I'm not too sure some of them, with all I know, that are, and I do know them to be a fact. This may be true too. But it was something about experimenting in time travel and the Philadelphia experience in Eldridge, USS Eldridge, 1943. 1985, Donald Trump's uncle died, and Barron becomes the name used in a lot of this. And you should listen to this. It means a lot to me because my husband, I don't know who he, as far as I know, he was John Schulter's. But I don't know, he was meant to marry me. He knew too much. By the way, he named our German Shepherd Baron von Frederick. Okay? I love that dog. I'm so sad that things happened the way they did. Office of Alien Properties, Tesla, something. They tried to charge him. This man didn't do anything. I wonder how he had all his information, though, really. He was a U.S. citizen. And in it, it's got so much in it that means something to me. It might not to someone else, because part of what I've been putting up, really, and I've never gotten a hold of this till today. I didn't know the connection to Donald Trump. And then I started thinking, when I read about Tesla, it seems like, and they mentioned on the media about Donald Trump's uncle, I thought maybe I better go back and make sure that Donald Trump's uncle did steal the files or take them. And they did, according to all this that I've just seen and more. He did. That's on record. Then the FBI got a hold of him. I don't know. What do you do with it all but laugh? Because you cry or scream, and I'm not allowed to do that. So, here's what I've told. That it'll be, it says here, though, what they said. It'll be the last president, Donald Trump will be a police state and martial law. And here I thought this was something, and I'm not going to elaborate on it. Beam me up, Scotty. General Patton. They've got stuff in this video in the Testla files that was back in 1930. It was taken from that, and it. Well, I'm just going to leave it there. North Fork. That's not it, is it? That's not where your naval base is, it? North Fork? No. Virginia? Now I'm going blank. Is that North? It's not North Fork. Oh, I don't know. I tried to get it down here so quick. Now, where was I going now? Did I show the pictures? I think I did. Excuse me for being so whatever here. I am going to put this back up. Okay, this says this about the partial beam weapons and Star Wars. And this is the Testla files. I lost the other. Somebody took it. Jack Hartsfield put some of this in letters. He's with FBI and reporter. Okay. And some of this, a few of these I heard in conversation out at Larry Flint's when I was out there. That was in 83. And it's when I brought up the video that I'm telling you about here, about Tesla, and it was what came up that shouldn't have been on the screen. All I can say is I hope it's correct, and I hope this whole thing comes to an end. I did nothing wrong. I really didn't. I'm a good soul. I cared too much for people, and if anybody had a reason to have been some kind of serial killer or something because of abuse, it would have been me. Instead, I was the opposite. I love my children more than anything in this whole world. And I love the people who have tried to help me. And I hope there's justice for me, my kids, my country, and those that help me. And I am Victoria II, the legal heir. And I heard that ABC is having either a series, television series, or a special, I don't know what, about the royal family. And of course, they showed Elizabeth, and they've got William's wife. She's out there with all the beautiful clothes. If you got it, flaunt it. They stole it. They're war criminals. They all know it, but they got it. They flaunt it.